after two. But you know nobody can play it quite like you. So play me a Sandman song. Yeah, play me a Sandman song.
It's a good sounding thing, though. It's a good sounding thing. I have some callers on the line, but I don't see I don't see my 864 area code right now. There is one here that is strange. It's got a lot of ones, so I'm gonna try this and see if it might be Doug. I have no earthly idea. I'm gonna try it. I've got some kind of strange number here. Is this Doug by any chance?
Well, you know it's going to be strange if it's me, right?
Well, it's got 111, 111, 111, 111.
I've never been able to give you that number before because it had too many ones, and it's really hard to remember.
Yeah, it is. And I just thought that meant that you were number one, so that's,
No, that's not what that means, okay?
Oh, okay.
You got to add a zero behind it, and we'd have a number 10.
That's right. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, man, that I heard it. A love song never sounded stranger, did it? That was that MP3 was all botched up, and I don't know how that happens when you upload these things. I'm just getting used to the equipment, man. But it's all good. We got some more stuff.
That's right. That's right. It did sound good the last part that I heard, so it's good.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. Well, Doug, so happy to have you on here, man. It's good to
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. If I sound a little tired, it's because I am, and just getting back from Wendover, Nevada, and played this week, and then the week before we did a private show for the Sierra Club people out in Nevada, and all the California people up here. So we've been out working, and I'm home now for a couple of days and got to go back and work for NASCAR next week. So I'm all ready for it, brother. It's all business. This is all business right now, talking to you.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, I want to go ahead and tell everybody listening, if you want to talk to Doug here in a little bit, the number to call is 1-347-857-2032. Well, now, Doug, you've been singing with Marshall Tucker. I was thinking about it earlier, and I think probably next year it's going to be like 40 years.
Well, in real world time, I think it starts this February that we just had, or in right now, and that would be the 40th period year. But you know what? Dates have never. Listen, we can be close. Dates are just not that important when you start a band like we all did back a long time ago. It was just fun. I mean, we didn't write the date down and say this is the day we're going to do this. Okay, we kind of just went out there and did what we knew best, and that's what people are still out there admiring today, and you're exactly right.
Yeah. Well, people ask me a lot of times, they know that I know you a little bit, and
yeah.
So people are always asking me things about you, and it's interesting. The one question I got today a couple of times was, what does Doug listen to? I mean, we know he sings Marshall Tucker music all the time, but what does he like to listen to in his off time? What are you listening to now, Doug?
Well, I got to tell you, it's I listen to soul music from the 70s.
Yeah.
Okay, I listen to a lot of that. The old Al Green stuff, the Temptations and stuff like that. That was just my period of time, and that was what was on the radio during that period of time. It was rhythm and blues and soul, and anything soulful was good, which kind of, I don't know that you know this, but within the coming month, we've got a new Doug Gray record coming out. And I think you know that already because I gave you a little whiff of it the other day. But even though it wasn't rolled up, it was a whiff. But, the good part was this record that I buried 30 years ago, it was after the disastrous kind of thing that happened, the disastrous thing that happened with Tommy. It was after that period of time, and it's just I like to keep going. You know me as a person that never really gives up. And did I have a reason to do it? Yeah, it gives me. I'm still doing how many interviews a year, and people are wanting them, and they like listening to them, and they have the questions. But that's the kind of music that I listen to then. If you want to talk about the record now, I can do that.
Yeah, let's do.
It was put up. I was asked in, I don't know what year it was, but I was asked to come out with a major label and do a soul record, rhythm and blues soul record. And I turned it down because we were in the process of settling the buying out of the people who didn't want to continue to stay with Marshall Tucker Band and who did. And, actually, Toy played on this record. He's on one of the songs. Sandman is the name of it. He plays guitar on it, and he was one of the ones gracious enough to come in there and contribute to it. And, but I was asked to do this record, and I said, well, I can't do it. So I had to make a decision whether I wanted to fulfill this dream of Marshall Tucker that has continued on for right at 40 years, or put that record back. Well, I put the record back, put it in a hole. And once you put it in the hole, you're supposed to forget about it. But nobody would have thought 30 years later that some records executives, I mean, this was a major deal at the time, but lo and behold, some major record people now have decided that they like it and they'd like to put it out, and it doesn't sound dated, but it is rhythm and blues and soul. And it's a little bit weird because some of the stuff that we put out, I went and listened to over 350 songs from all kinds of walks of life, and saw what I would like to pull those songs out and see how I'd like to do them. And believe it or not, I found 8 songs that I wanted to do out of that probably 350 to 500 songs. Excuse me, and just decided that this is what I do. I finished those songs, put them in a can, and I had like one copy of it out, okay, where we could listen to it ever so often. And, I had dedicated my life to Marshall Tucker, which, that's something. If you sell that many records, you don't want to sit there and walk through your little office or your living room and see all them gold and platinum records hanging there and knowing that there's a person behind each and every one of them. I couldn't give it up. And those people are still coming out and showing respect to Marshall Tucker Band and Doug Gray now, because the original band ain't been around 30 years. So, what would cause that to happen? It must be because of the good music we did.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's exciting, man. That's exciting. You're going to have that R&B album, that soul album. I think that's what you were born. That's what you were born to sing, anyway.
Well, that's what I was actually singing, and
yeah.
And some of the great songs that Toy come up and played, and Tommy come up and played. All of us got together as a unit, and whenever Tommy got killed, it was not a unit anymore, and there wasn't a marriage of people anymore. We weren't married to somebody's wife, and we weren't married to them. We wasn't married to their brothers, cousins, and uncles. So, when things like that happen, it was a tragedy, and it blew us out. And we were truly, I think, to this day, when I talk to people, and some people that knew us, some of the older radio guys, a lot of people don't even know who Marshall Tucker is. They think that there's somebody in the band called Marshall Tucker after all these. Okay? Now, seriously, it's that way. Now, Marshall Tucker's still alive. I talked to him. He's in Columbia, South Carolina, not too long ago, and he's doing fine. But, we didn't really name it after him. We named it after a key that was on a tag, and not knowing who Marshall Tucker was. But he's proud of us, and he's proud that we haven't never dirtied his name up any more than what people would know or found out. But after that happened, Mike, I got to tell you, it kind of just made sense to keep on, and it made sense for me to put that record up until now.
Yeah.
And,
well, I know you're all about timing. You've always been you always told me that it's all about timing, and I think it's the right time.
Well, I think once you hear it, even though you're one of my best buddies, and I always try to print the truth as much as anybody can know it, we and print the truth and write the truth and talk the truth. Now, it makes me feel complete, even though you haven't heard this stuff. When you hear it, it's going to blow you away, just like it's going to blow a lot of other people. And all they got to do is think back that it was done 30 years ago, and it's got some terrific. It's one of the last recordings by, even though it wasn't Marshall Tucker at the time, and even though Tommy's not on there, it was one of the last recordings that the band as Toy, George, Paul, and Jerry, and Franklin Wilkie was the bass player at the time, even though there is some additional bass players on this record. I went to Nashville and got some really nice guys to come and play this stuff with us. And then having the songs, you know, we got songs that Michael Bolton wrote. I think this was before he ever got famous. Oh. And the song is called Still Thinking of You. And then Randy Goodrum wrote a song called Don't Blame It on the Rain. The song that Bobby Whitlock wrote is a song called Guilty, and that's something I guess I'm guilty of all forever. And
that's a good song, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a great song. But see, these are songs that never really made it on anybody's A-list. Right, and then all of a sudden we did the one that I had a bet with the engineer in the studio, and he says, "Oh, don't even listen to this song. You'll never be able to do it." And I said, "Well, that's the wrong thing to say, Doug Gray. Okay,
that's right.
Come on, you don't have to fight me. Just wait and see. It's going to happen." And so, you know, not being as bold as I was at the time, and 30 years ago was a different world, I went out there and we cut the song and had it done in less than 2 or 3 days, and it was called More Today Than Yesterday. And you know that song. Everybody in the world knows that song.
That's the one that Sonny Cher did that, doesn't he?
That's what was it, Spiral Staircase.
Yeah, I think I had Sonny and Cher doing that on a 8-track one time, too.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me at all, but the song's been around. It still gets airplay, a lot of radio and TV stuff. But anyway, the record's called Marshall Tucker Band's Doug Gray, Soul of the South. And trust me, Billy Sherrill engineered the thing, and we just all played on it. It's got Franklin Wilkie, Bob Ray. Bob Ray played on Stevie Wonder stuff, and Rusty played on it. Dennis Soleil, which a lot of people know. John Bursler played on it as guitarist. Michael Blythe, one of my dearest guys.
Oh, Michael Blythe, yeah, what a great guy, yeah.
And then Michael Lawler, who played all the synthesizer stuff on it. I mean, you just have to listen to it in order to say, my God, I didn't never know, you know. And then Terry McMillan Congas, he's a Carolina boy, but I think he finally ended up saying he was from Tennessee. But he's no longer with us on this earth. And then all the background singers, which we had the Cherry Sisters to do all the backgrounds on the rhythm and blues stuff. So I know that a lot of people that have heard this thing now, and I'm kind of teasing you with it when we talked about doing this, or you invited me to do it, that it was something that we would have to, I'd have to get you a copy of it. I held off and didn't have the label to send it out to you so that we could talk about it, and then you could get it. And
then when I get it, we'll play next on another show. I'll play some of them for the listeners. So we always, every week we got a lot of music we play, so we're going to be playing some Doug Gray too.
Well, let's throw it all down. But you know what comes out at the same time, the same day, is the we have a new greatest hits, okay?
Oh, okay.
And it's the original band. It is all the guys, and the greatest hits have been off we haven't had them manufactured for a lot of years, and some of them are older, the ones that people have. But we decided we always let the fans decide. We get a lot of emails, you know, and we let the fans decide what other songs should be on this greatest hits record, because a lot of them weren't on there. So we put I Should Have Never Started Loving You, and that Tommy and I wrote, and then we put Long Hard Ride, I don't think was on there. Or it might have been, I can't remember. I just got a list of the new stuff. But there's 14 tracks on Too Stubborn a Man, the one that I thought was probably one of the best songs that Toy ever wrote. Yeah. And then Desert Skies wasn't on there. So we got a lot of stuff that's on there, and it's all been checked and listened to, and digitized to make it really sound great. And both of those records come out the same day.
Man, that's awesome. That's a lot.
Yeah,
of good
it's scary. It's real scary.
Now, when is that coming? When is that day? What day?
I think it's April the 1st or April the 15th, and I had to apologize because usually I would have it right here in front of me.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, it's in April.
Yeah, but it is in April, and hopefully it won't be tax day for everybody because everybody's miserable. Just don't blame it on me.
I don't know. I think that music might help me get through tax day, you know.
Well, it could. Either that or, make you more miserable.
Yeah.
But
we got some callers. We got a couple of callers. I better, if it's okay with you, let's let somebody say, hey, I don't know who they are. All I got is their area codes.
That's good.
As
long as they're from Alaska.
Yeah, that's all right. We got a 321 area code. I'm going to pull you up and tell me who you are. 321. Who is this?
Hello. My name's Buddy. You hear me?
Hey, Buddy.
Well, Doug, you probably know me.
I probably do.
Buddy Thornton.
Who?
Buddy Thornton.
Oh, man, what you doing?
I'm talking to you. What are you doing?
Hey, listen, I work for a living, so I'm just relaxing and doing this. And you're, what are you doing now? You worked with me a long time.
I recorded your first record, Doug.
I know it. This is the guy. This is the guy that made us sound good. Okay. Now, Paul was there. Paul Hornsby was there, but you made it sound good. You made that studio run when nobody else could, beside Ovi, and it's what a history channel we're on now, huh?
Nice.
Yeah, I got this email today. It looks like from Mike, and I'm on his email list. So
right.
Actually, Tommy Talton turned me on to him. You remember Tommy?
Right. Oh yeah.
Tommy and I stay in touch. Doug, it's good talking to you, man.
Well, it's good to talk to you, man. I just, are you down in Florida now?
I am.
Where you were last time?
Yep, I finally retired. I'm under new management now. My wife keeps me jumping.
Well, that is new management, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty new. But I didn't get a chance to talk to you in years.
I know. Well, I knew you were around because I asked people every time I talked to different people out of Macon, and we just recently played down there for one of those Sunday afternoon things that was supposed to be spring in the park or something, and it ended up being freezing in the winter. But it was fun, and we get to see a lot of those old people. Red Dog just passed away. I guess you knew that.
I do. I went up there and helped do a benefit. Remember Trash and I and Twigs, Red Dog were in a band called the Almost Brothers.
I remember that. I hated to hear that. I really did.
Yeah,
but I knew that. I knew things were going downhill. But man, I know he's in a much better place, and I'm not worried for him.
I'm not either. The boy went through some hard times, but yeah, we've all been there too, Doug, and I just wanted to say hello to you. I don't want to take up all your time, but you ought to get in touch with me sometime down in Melbourne, Florida.
I'll do that. If you're on his list, I'll get you stuff, and I'll hook up with you, okay?
You ought to. We only met
about,
what was it, 39 years ago?
It was 39 years ago that I was walking out the front, and you said, you might not want to carry that beer out on the sidewalk. And then you told me, you said, let's go over here and get some chicken, and we ended up going to one of the hottest chicken places I ever been to. It didn't just keep you up at night; it kept you up for 2 or 3 days. But it was Mama's good hot chicken, wasn't it?
Hodges.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Good
As a matter
time.
of fact, Doug, the first time I heard you guys play, I walked into Grant's Lounge and heard you cooking in there, and I'm thinking, man, these guys sound awesome. So I sat down and listened to a set, and I think Toy broke a string on his guitar, and it was restringing it, and I went over and introduced myself to Toy.
Yeah.
And I said, did anybody talk to you guys about doing some demos down at Capricorn? And
then all of a sudden we hooked up.
We did. I did your demos, and
I know.
Paul and I did, and got you signed up there.
And those little windows and those little those doors that had the little round holes in them, they looked like portholes. Remember that?
Yeah.
I remember seeing it because I always would stare at them because they scared me when I used to get messed up. Okay. Not that I ever got messed up I never got messed up.
I tell you what, Doug,
right.
Anybody who listens to that first Marshall Tucker record, they'll be messed up.
Yeah, they will.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's one of the best things I've ever heard, I tell you.
Well, it did turn out good, didn't it, Brent? You got a gold record out of that, didn't you?
I sure did, Doug, and I
See?
appreciate that. Yeah.
No, don't appreciate me. That's how it all works. But
I've worked on a bunch of records, and those people didn't appreciate it enough to give me one of them, and you guys did. I certainly appreciate it.
That's what we call still to this day the Marshall Tucker way. Okay.
You bet. I'd love to talk to you and get and hook up with you again. So give me a call or send me an email through Buffalo.
Okay.
Michael there.
I just wrote your number down there, buddy, so I can get it up later.
Yeah, do that. I'm gonna get off here, Doug, and
all right.
Somebody else talk to you. It's great hooked
cool.
up with you again.
Hey, do you remember when that Corvette? I got a story for you, but I know you remember. I had that Corvette that I bought, and I let somebody borrow it that night, and the police come and asked me whose guns was in that car. I don't remember whose guns those were. You think about that, it'll come back to you. It wasn't you. You had nothing to do with it. But
I remember loaning you guys my old '67 Dodge van. I mean,
oh yeah.
Paul would leave me his Toyota, and I'd let you have my van to go out and do these gigs around the Macon area there, so he could pay the hotel.
Oh, that's right.
You remember
that's right. That thing was beige. That was a beige Dodge van, right?
You bet.
See, everybody thinks I'm crazy, and I am. I love you, buddy.
Love you too, Doug. Take care, man.
Thank you,
all right,
buddy.
be careful.
Wow, that's cool as everything right there.
That's a trip down memory lane, man.
I love the memory lane. I love that. Let's see. Let's go to caller. How about a 510 area code? Let me make sure they want to speak to you. 510. Is this someone who wants to speak to Doug?
Yes, it is.
All right, go ahead then. This is Doug.
Doug, this is Jeff out in Northern California.
Hey, man, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be up this time of night.
No, it's 3 hours later. Cumberland called me today and told me this was going to be on.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I just calling to say, hey, thanks for keeping the Marshall Tucker Band alive for all these years, man. I was there at the first show at Winterland that year.
Well, that was some fun time.
That was some great times. And now my boy's coming to the concerts with me.
I know. I remember. It's only you just were at one of our shows about 4 months ago, right?
Yep. He's right here. He's going to say hi real quick.
Okay.
Here he is.
All right.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing. How are you guys doing?
I don't know. Did you get that guitar yet?
Yeah.
You all right? Well, I'm ready. You bring it on. I'll let you get up and play with us, okay?
Okay.
All right. You be safe. Take care of the old man. He needs all the help he can get.
Hey, Doug. Good talking to you, man. Steve says hi, too. He just bought a deli out in Pleasanton, so the next time you're out in Northern California, we got to get by. It's called Chicago Deli.
And you think I'm going to eat at a place that he's got? Oh.
Well, hell no, but I'm in the food business, so I'm going to straighten them up before we bring you guys there, and I'll do the barbecuing.
Please do. I'm ready for it, brother.
All right, buddy. Hey,
all right.
Well, I hope to see you this summer out here.
Oh, you know you will. We've seen each other for the last 30-something years.
That's right.
All
Keep
right.
it alive,
Take care,
Doug.
man.
Love you, brother. Bye-bye.
Love you, too. Bye-bye. God, that's another one.
That's pretty cool.
Him and his brother's been coming ever since that, and I remember him telling me years and years ago when we were standing around backstage. He said, "Yeah, this cell phone stuff's really gonna catch on," because his brother worked for AT&T at the time. He said, "This cell phone stuff's really gonna catch on." I'll tell you how long ago that was, huh?
Well, and it kind of did too. Well, let's try one more. Let's try one more at random here. This is I think I know who this boy is, but this is a 919 area code here. Is this?
It has to be a North Carolina redneck.
You damn Skippy, it's the North Carolina redneck.
Hey, what's up?
Doug, how the hell you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Who is this?
This is Rebel. You can call me Rebel.
Oh, Lord.
Rebel, or
Hey,
Just
you're
don't
the only
call me
guy in the
Lisa.
world that I can't get into the House of Blues. Every time we play the House of Blues, you always get there early, and they always say, "Who is this weird guy?" Michael, this is one of my best buddies in the whole world. He'll come. He's too much a gentleman. He always treats he takes care of everybody backstage for us, even though he's never worked a day in his life for me, or for any of our guys.
Might be a different Rebel, though, actually.
Yeah,
No.
This is my friend Rebel from North Carolina. That's a different guy.
Yeah,
this guy, another Rebel. Rebel
well,
with a Y.
They both sound like they're on crack.
No, well, they probably are.
You sound just like him. Okay,
Yeah.
You sound like my other buddy from Charlotte.
No, my brother, I ain't never met you.
How many Rebels are there in your family? Rebel, and there's a little brother Rebel, right?
Yeah, and all
So
those.
I got a Rebel, and my other brother Rebel.
That's it.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my goodness.
Too many Rebels.
Mine is spelled Rebyll.
Oh, okay.
Is sort of a bastardization of Rebel Yell.
Well, it wouldn't be hard for me to say. Okay.
I just can't believe you used the word bastardization, but that's.
Yeah. Well, he could have used a much worse word.
I've been doing the Reader's Digest word search thing. But, Doug, brother, I have been a fan of yours for so long. I feel like I know you, brother.
Well, thank you, and I feel like I know you too because I thought you was somebody else.
Exactly. There you go. I mean, my God, we could meet on the street and say, "Hey, who the hell are you?" I'm you. I'm me. I'm whatever.
Well, I do have a lot of friends with the real, not the real name of Rebel. We just call them all Rebels because they always begin. Listen. They come from a bunch of different motorcycle gangs and stuff like that, and they're all my friends no matter who they ride for. But, there's just a bunch of rebels out there. And that's what I thought you was one of those guys. And that's, hey, as far as I'm concerned, you don't have to live with somebody to be their friend.
That's cool. I mean, I have been confused with people from, before. But I just wanted to say, and the new Marshall Tucker band, I love them. I love everything you're doing.
Right.
And I have I swear to God, I have this in my will. I have changed my will. I've got 3 songs I want played at my funeral.
In My Own Way, one of them. Is that right?
One of them is Hot Blue and Righteous by ZZ Top.
Yeah, I got you.
And I named my daughter Jessica by Dickie Best's song, Jessica.
Right. Good song, too.
And even though you didn't sing on it, I don't think you did. I think it was
Toy.
Chris Hick.
Oh, Chris Hick.
The Rain.
Oh, The
The
Rain?
Rain.
Yeah, that's a good song, ain't it? Yeah, that's a good song.
I want that played as the second to last song at my funeral.
Well, that's an honor, man. Listen, and Chris did sing that. He sang the hell out of that song.
Oh, yeah.
And,
God
it'll give you a chill on it. That song.
When I heard
but you ain't ready to kick the bucket now, so we don't have to worry about that right now.
No. And when Rebel
does
die, we're going to play Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer at his.
Anyway, one that probably wrote it.
Well, Rebel, thanks for calling in, man. I got to try and take another caller before we run out of time because everybody in the world's wanting to speak to Doug, and But so
well, you take care, brother, and send that. We'll do what we can, okay? If I can't round Chris up to do it, I can sing that song. It might not be as good as Chris's version, but it'll still hit home for you, okay?
Well, I hope. Well, you're a lot older than I am. I hope you're long gone before I go.
Well, no, I moved to the back of the chairs. I don't sit in the front of the chairs ever, okay? Because that's just stepping stone right into the hole. I ain't going there yet.
That's right. They go freeze Doug and thaw him out in the future anyway. So
yeah, my problem would be somebody knock over the generator, but it'd probably be the one that's powering anything that makes it work. But listen, Rebel, you take care, brother.
You too, Doug.
All right.
Cool, man. All right, we're going to try one more here. This is area code 203. Who we got at 203?
Doug, this is the Rev up in Connecticut.
Hey, what you doing, old man?
Oh, fine. I just had my grandbabies over this afternoon. Good to hear your voice.
Well, thank you, man. You doing okay up there?
Yeah, we got a lot more snow than we'd care to have, but it's starting to melt, I hope. But I didn't see my shadow on Groundhog Day, so I figure the spring will be coming in right around the time it should be. I'm really interested in that new project that you talked about earlier.
Yeah, it's been a secret for quite a while.
I think it's out of the bag now.
Well, yeah, it is.
Think you'll slip any of those tunes into a Tucker set when you're coming through?
Well, believe it or not, we've got a couple of TV shows that we're going to be doing and several other things. And when you hear some of the songs, I think that you'll agree with some of this record company people and some people that's been pre-writing the articles for it. There's some songs on there that you're going to love and flip out over. And a couple of them won't sound familiar, but they fit into what we did with some of the stuff that we wrote and done. Our last record with Warner Brothers, like This Time I Believe I'm Falling in Love, it was a little soulfully beachy sound.
Yeah.
And I know that you're familiar with it, and I know you're familiar with those kind of songs because you got every record we ever put out. I do. I mean, this
in vinyl and then on CD.
And I appreciate all those prayers you sent out to me and all the rest of the guys, and so those verses and stuff. It really means a lot to me, and it has for everybody. It really does. I think if anybody ever goes to Doug Gray on Facebook or whatever, or Marshall Tucker Band on Facebook, we don't answer the Marshall Tucker one much as we should, but I always answer my stuff. It might be one or two words, but you just say a prayer and we'll do that song. Say a prayer for me and we'll do one of them songs off of there.
Well, I'll be seeing you in June because you're hitting Infinity Hall the night before you do Indian Ranch. So and then you're riding through the Milford Oyster Festival. So that's right in my town. So
and then we're coming up here and doing that show with Dickie Betts too. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
It's good.
At the fair.
Yeah, I'm planning on some good Tucker this year. My daughter Katie says hi from the other room.
Well, tell her I said hello. She needs to come to more shows. I hadn't seen her in a year or so.
She's over 21 now, so that I can bring her into a lot of them.
We won't have to send anybody out for her next time.
No, I know that was that time we had to go hunting for her.
Yeah.
But good talking to you, man. I can't wait to see you when you come up north.
I want to ask you, have you booked your cruise yet?
You know what it's like for a preacher to get off the first Sunday in Advent?
I don't. It's like getting out exams from what I'm told at school for my daughter. Okay,
yeah.
But she says she's going.
If they need a seagoing chaplain on that boat, I'm there.
Yeah, I think it'd be perfect, man. Listen, we do what we have to do, and we keep on going, don't we?
Yeah, we keep on keeping on. But ride in peace, my friend. You take care.
All right, love you.
And love you too, man.
All right.
Bye-bye. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, you mentioned that cruise. That's that's another exciting thing. I'm really looking forward to that Legends cruise. That's going to be great.
Did you book it yet? Are you on that thing?
No, I'm actually cutting a deal right now with them. I hadn't got my finalization yet, but actually I'm getting help on it from Bobby from Molly Hatchet, and we're trying to put something together with a contest and all kind of cool stuff.
Well, for the people that don't know it, I'm going to just read some stuff off real quick. It's ZZ Top, George Thorogood, John Kay and Steppenwolf, Marshall Tucker Band, whoever the hell they are, Dickie Betts and Great Southern, Foghat, Johnny Winter, Molly Hatchet, The Outlaws, Blackfoot, Pat Travers, and my buddy Swamp DeWomp.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some additions on there, too. I mean, how can people... And it's a good cruise. It goes out of Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas and Cocoa Key, and we're just gonna have a good time. It's just one of those other ones, we had fun on a couple of Skinner cruises we were on, and this is just gonna be another cruise that's gonna be really good on a boat that's just unbelievable. But you can go to rocklegends.com. And you will see it. And the good part about it goes to the Native American Heritage Association. And that's going to be this it's just real. It's back to basics, except for all the entertainers are going to be right there. And doing what we do best is playing music. We're going to have 3 shows each on that cruise.
Oh, man, it's going to be great. Yeah. Well, buddy, I tell you, I guess that's going to wrap it up. I'm going to play another... I couldn't decide what songs to play, so I'm going to play one of my favorite songs that really showcased your beautiful, soulful voice. It goes back to the Together Forever album, and it's called Asking Too Much of You.
That's a good one.
It's a beautiful song, man, one of my favorites. But thank you, Doug, for being here. Everybody go to MarshallTucker.com and stay tuned and get the Doug Gray solo record and everything. All the good, and there's all sorts of great Marshall Tucker stuff available right now. You can get Tuckerized all day and all night.
That's right.
That's right. Well, Doug, thank you, buddy, and I hope to see you real soon.
Once again, support Southern music because all these musicians love to play.
Yeah, they do. They do, including Mr. Doug Gray, the king of them all. All right, buddy.
All right.
Well, have a good one, buddy. I'll talk to you real soon. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, man, Doug Gray. Here we go. Here's Doug singing his heart out back a few years ago, Asking Too Much.
Making it back to Macon. Give me some grits, gravy, and bacon. Just a little something to tide me over. The Mama Louise and the H&H Open. She got fried chicken and pinto beans, hot cornbread, sweet iced tea, everything that a body needs. That's why I'm making it back to Macon. Give me some grits, gravy, and bacon. Just a little something to hold me over to Mama Louise and the H&H Open.